So let's talk about the Xbox presentation at E3. I have to say, for the most part, I thought it was a pretty good show. I think there were a few missteps in terms of the presentation of some of the games, Gears of War 5 for example, but for the most part I thought it was a decent showing. They had around 60 games on show, which was pretty impressive, but I'm sure a lot of these games will be available on other platforms. However, a lot of these games were available with the Xbox Game Pass, which I currently do not have. As of right now, you can pick it up on PC or Xbox for £1, which is a really good deal if you want to try it out, and see if it's actually for you. Since I don't have Game Pass, I will be definitely doing this myself. Now, a lot of these games were made up of indie and third-party titles, so I won't go over everything, but I do want to talk about certain games that were on show that really did interest me in some way. Now, the first game I want to talk about is an indie game called 12 Minutes. And this game really caught my attention, and it's definitely on my radar for games that I definitely want to pick up. The trailer showed you spending an evening with your wife, when a police detective breaks into your home and accuses your wife of murder and then proceeds to kill you. You then find yourself returned to the exact same moment that you opened the front door, stuck in a 12-minute time loop, reliving and replaying out the same scenario over and over again. You then seem to have to use the knowledge of what's about to happen to try and change the outcome and break the loop of what's about to take place. I love the premise of this game. It's super interesting, and it may turn out to be a relatively short game. However, it definitely grabbed my attention, and it's a game to keep an eye on, and as of right now, it's a game that I will definitely pick up when it's released. A new Ori game was also shown, which comes out on the 11th of February in 2020, and I have to say it looks gorgeous. And if it's as good as the previous one, then sign me up. The next game that caught my attention, more from a nostalgic point of view, was Battletoads. Now I own this bad boy for the Super Nintendo, and let me tell you, it was a damn hard game. So to see it being brought back did bring a smile to my face. I liked the cartoonish graphics, and whilst yes, it's not going to be a big AAA game, it does look like it could be a lot of fun, and I'm sure a lot of people from my generation will get a kick out of it. We also saw a lot more of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I'm not gonna lie, I think so far, it looks really good. I think the combat looks interesting, and it kinda seemed to be in the style of a Uncharted or Tomb Raider perspective. I'd like to see more of how the skill point system works alongside the combat, i.e. what abilities can you unlock, and what do they do, and how long does it take to unlock them, things like that. However, those two letters that sound a lot like E and A always give me concern when it comes to video games. Will the game launch with microtransactions, or will microtransactions be slotted in at a later date? That's something that will need to be clearly clarified before I purchase the game. Now, one of the trailers that played, I could not work out what it was when it first started to play. Was it a new Resident Evil? Was it an Alan Wake? Or was it a Silent Hill? I was really hoping it was going to be a Silent Hill. But no, it turned out to be Blair Witch. Now, I'm not a fan of the movie, but I actually thought what was shown in the trailer, that the game looked quite good. It's being made by the Layers of Fear creator, so this could have potential if it's done right. The next game that surprised me was Minecraft Dungeons. Now, I'm not a Minecraft fan. The game is just not for me. However, Minecraft Dungeons actually caught my attention, and I really did like the look of it. It reminded me of a cross between Diablo meets Lego. It just gave me that kind of feeling. Now, I could be completely wrong, but that's just the vibe that I got from it. It looks like one of those games that I call a chillax game, where you can just sit back, chill out and relax, playing a game that doesn't require your full attention, so you can have a Netflix or YouTube video up on another screen whilst you're playing. But yeah, I thought it looked good. We also had a quick look at a game called Bleeding Edge from Ninja Theory, and I thought it looked okay. It gave off an Overwatch kind of vibe, and seemed to be a 4 vs 4 arena multiplayer action shoot 'em up stroke beat 'em up kind of game. The character designs looked nice, but they did not really show a lot of the game since it's still in its alpha phase, so it was hard to get a grasp of what kind of game it was trying to be. I think for games like this, it's very difficult to maintain an online player base when competing in the same arena as a Fortnite and similar games, so it could struggle in that sense. We also got to see more of Cyberpunk 2077, and it was really no more than just a cinematic. But let's be honest, the hype is real for this game, and all that I have seen of this game so far indicates that it has the potential to be an absolutely incredible game. Oh, Keanu Reeves is also in the game? Okay, he made an appearance and informed us that the game will be released on April 16th, 2020. The other game I want to quickly mention is Phantasy Star Online 2. Now the fact that this game is coming out and is apparently free to play is really interesting to me, as I've never played this game and I've always heard good things about it, so I will definitely be checking this one out to see what all of the fuss is about. Another game I'm interested in is called Elden Ring. Now as the trailer was playing, I thought, okay, this looks interesting, but I'm not actually sure what's happening, as the trailer was not really showing a lot, and it was just giving you a brief narrative of a story. But at the end of the trailer, after the title had appeared, the developer name appeared, and it was From Software. Now From Software is one of my favourite developers, so I was instantly super hyped for this game. I hope it's another game similar in the playstyle to the Soulsborne series. I finished Sekiro a while back now, and was always wondering what they would do next, and now I know. This game now has my complete attention, and I can't wait to see where this game goes and what it's all about. Now one of the games that really did disappoint me was Gears of War 5. This game is due to come out on September 10th this year. So it's 3 months away, and yet they did not show any gameplay. It was just a lot of cutscenes and talking about new game modes. Now that kind of worries me for this game, since it must be ready for release if it's only 3 months away. So then why are you not showing me the actual game? I saw more game footage from games that were coming out in 2020 and nowhere near a release date than I did from this. So unfortunately this was a low point for me and left me with some concerns to the actual game. Now I quickly want to talk about the new Xbox Elite 2 wireless controller, and I have to say it looks fantastic. The Xbox for me has always had my favourite controllers because they feel the most comfortable in my hands, and I prefer the positioning of the analog sticks compared to that of the PlayStation. I'm sure a lot of people would like to own one of these, but for me the price is just way too expensive. At $180 or £160, that's basically the price of 4 new AAA games here in the UK. For just an extra £40 on top of that, you could pick up a 1TB Xbox One S console bundle for as little as £199, complete with the controller and game. So I simply could not justify that price, no matter how good or customizable it is, as at the end of the day, it's just a controller. Another thing I was really disappointed in was the XCloud. I thought that they really did not go into any great detail or talk about it enough. I think it was a huge missed opportunity to completely overshadow Google Stadia, as if Microsoft gets the XCloud right, then they could be the major player in the video game streaming market. This is going to become the normality in the future, whether we like it or not, and they have something that Google does not have, and that's lots of gaming content from the get-go. So I just think this was a missed opportunity to make a real statement. And finally, they announced the Xbox console, going by the name of Project Scarlett, that will be released in the holiday period of 2020. So I'm guessing that's probably going to be sometime in November, just in time for Christmas, etc. We don't really know that much about it. They kind of mentioned a lot of technical stuff which kind of goes over my head, as I'm not a tech person. But they did say it was 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X, so it's the most powerful console they have ever made. It would have been nice to have seen what the console or controller looked like, but we won't get to see that until sometime next year, which makes sense. We do know, however, that it's going to launch with a new Halo game called Halo Infinite, which I thought was a great idea, as Halo, if done well, could be a system seller. Anyway guys, those were my thoughts on the Xbox show. I thought it was pretty decent, nothing mind-blowing but nothing terrible. But what did you guys think? Let me know, so please do comment, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.